Virgil, that was intense, probably what you expected. There was aggression, there was everything, there were injuries, there were sending offs, and there was a last-minute winner in added time from a 16-year-old.
Yeah, obviously we all know it's a difficult place to come. We all know that there was a lot of oil on the fire, I would say, this week in order to get especially Newcastle fired up. And what happened tonight, obviously, it was expected. I think for us, the disappointed part is that we conceded 2 of set pieces, and that shouldn't happen. But overall, great 3 points, move on, and focus on the next one.
How much credit do you give Newcastle? Because they looked as if they had 11 players on the pitch towards the end.
Yeah, you know, obviously free kicks, corner kicks, obviously then the pressure gets on, and they have the quality. I think if you look at all the traditional top 6 here last year, I think there's only a couple that actually managed to beat them. So it's always a difficult place to come. And that was today the same. You know, I think I enjoy this type of atmosphere as well, so I was really looking forward to it. But I think we could have made it a little bit easier if you don't concede those set pieces, and then you give them the boost and the feeling and the drive that with the fans behind them, of course. And but we managed to get the 3 points and we move on.
You say you enjoy these kind of evenings, these nights at St James's Park, but you yourself, you were involved in that sending off on the receiving end of that foul. What did Anthony Gordon say to you as he was trying to talk to you on the pitch?
Well, I said to him, if there's no sending off, then I don't understand football. So I think it was already strange that the manager has to go to the monitor, in my opinion. But listen, unfortunately these things happen in football. If you meant it or not, it happened. We move on. That's it.
A word on Rio. I know we spoke about him briefly at the start of this interview, but to finish it off, it was the coolest of finishes, and at such a young age as well, just coming on, Premier League debut, boom.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's a dream debut for him. I think that whole attack was quite good. Harvey, I think, started it, or right-hand side, and obviously I think Freddy did the dummy. So it was a perfect attack. We stayed calm towards the end as well, try and find the right solution in order to score a goal, and we did it. So I'm very, very pleased for Rio. I've mentioned it before to him already. It's all a start now. He has to keep working hard and stay humble, but definitely have to enjoy this, because these nights you can't take for granted, of course, if you're in his position. And I'm sure with the players that we have, he will be back in training and having a hard session tomorrow again, and then we carry on.
Yes, the senior pros will keep his feet on the ground, but what a moment. Over to Michael Owen, because he has the best insight of this from anyone off the bench.
We carry on.
Yes, the senior pros will keep his feet.
And I'm sure with the players that we have, he will be back in training and having a hard session tomorrow again, and then we carry on.
Yes, the senior pros will keep his feet on the ground, but what a moment. Over to Michael Owen, because he has the best insight of this from anyone off the bench. I mean, as I said, unfortunately, yours wasn't the winner, but you can know what it means to come through, get your opportunity and come off and score like this. But he's been on the pitch less than 5 minutes.
And absolutely. I mean, it was a wonderful finish. He's obviously got a lot of talent. Macca sees him a lot, or has seen him a lot at the academy. He's a very direct player, got great feet. You know, he is exciting. Possibly, a lot of people thought he was too young, maybe. Would he have had his chance if happenings hadn't occurred over the summer? Liverpool losing 3 attacking players. But these things, you know, are meant to be in many ways, and he was meant to be there today in that position with that incredible finish. I mean, the confidence of him to do that. The best thing about that finish was there was really no options. The ball coming from that side on your right foot, it is a hard right foot, side foot finish into the far corner. There are no real options. Yes, you can pull it into the near post, but that really is the obvious option. So he didn't have anything on his mind other than, right, this is the finish, this is what I'm going to do.
And the one thing you would say about he has scored a couple of goals in pre-season, which may or may not have helped.
Massively helped.
But the fact that he's played at Anfield...
But that situation's different.
But that is a different situation. And Liverpool saved their best bit of football, their best move to the 100th minute. I mean, talk about getting out of jail, talk about getting out of trouble and rewriting a new game. You know, if they would have finished 2-2, you would have thought, You know, how on earth have Liverpool got away with a draw? And then they go and get 3 points out of it. No wonder Virgil kept on saying, we move on, because the more you focus on it, the more errors, the more questions you've got. And it was an incredibly strange performance, but an magnificent result. Very strange. I felt sorry for Newcastle, I really did. Everything went against Newcastle tonight, and then they concede in injury time like that.
And we feel sorry for Mo as sort of year by year as records tumble. I mean, in fairness, you've held this one for a long time, but you have been knocked off your perch as Liverpool's youngest ever Premier League goal scorer. Macca almost made that graphic, by the way. 19 you were with research when you scored for the first time.
Okay, well, why didn't you put me on
exactly,
there?
They could have elongated it.
Yeah.
Well, it's Shawn, the producer, who does this, not me.
Is that Shawn? Was he a Newcastle fan? No, he's not a Newcastle. Hobbs is a Newcastle fan.
But
he's too
as your
busy
friend,
crying,
I was
think,
mentioning that you scored
the
at 19. But yeah, he's beaten some names.
And the good thing is, listen, players can be decent and showing a bit of form and showing some talent, and maybe at the end of the season there's nothing on it and they come on and they score the 5th goal in a 5. That was the real deal today. He'll always look back on that and think the feeling of scoring the winning goal, it wasn't just his first goal ever. It was so important. I know we're early on in the season. You don't want to be losing ground. You don't want to be losing ground. Liverpool have got Arsenal next. All of a sudden, if they get beat there and they're 5 points behind, that's a lot of catching up. I know it's a long season. You don't want to be doing that. That is such an important goal for Liverpool. Forget who scored it, but that lad now...
But we can't forget who scored it, because it's such a story, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
He just picked up his GCSE results last week.
It's amazing, isn't it? You had the youngster at Arsenal, of course, who's been very good for a while, and now you've got Rio doing exactly the same.
OK, let's get some more reaction from St James's Park. Liverpool's first goal scorer returning after a suspension tonight. Ryan Gravenberch waiting to speak to us. Ryan, well done. I mean, what a win. What a game that was to watch. What on earth was it like to play in?
Sorry?
What on earth was that game like to play in?
Yeah, it was crazy. But we know if you come here, this is a really tough place, a really good team. They're really physical, they fight till the end, and we saw that today.
And Rio Engamoa, we've just been talking about it. I mean, he picked up his exam results last week. To come on and do that ahead of his 17th birthday, I mean, it's fairy tale stuff, isn't it?
It's crazy, yeah? I think for him, it's a dream that come true. He worked really hard. You have seen him in pre-season, he did really well. And then if you do this today, can't be better.
Ryan, well played. It's Michael Owen here. Obviously, you were missed in the first game. Lots of counter-attacks against Liverpool. You were there to solidify it. But you ended up scoring a goal as well. I thought you were going to shoot with your second touch, but you took another touch again and then delayed it. As soon as you hit it, did you think it was in?
Yes, I think it was deflected.
Just a small one?
Yes. I wanted to shoot at first, but my touch was not that great, so I took an extra touch, and it was nice that it went in. Really happy with my first goal this season.
Ryan, Steve McManaman here. I just wanted to ask, what was it like to play in? Because at times, Liverpool seemed to struggle against the 10 men of Newcastle.
Yeah, we know what I said. We know Newcastle's a really tough team. We have seen it last season when we played here. Also in the final, we lost against them. So it's really tough, but I think, yeah, we have such a good fighting spirit, and then we fight till the end. And I'm happy we got the 3 points.
Yeah, just even at this stage of the season, how big is that win, given the fact you've got Arsenal coming up next at Anfield as well?
Yeah, really good feeling. Obviously, what I said, we know it's a tough place, so I'm happy that we have the 3 points, and we have to prepare for Arsenal because they are really good as well.
Very well done. Thanks very much indeed for talking to us, Ryan.
Cheers,
Thank you.
Ryan.
Thank you.
It's Ryan Gravenberch live at St James's Park. Here's the other side of the story. The Newcastle skipper, Bruno Guimaraes.
There was a lot of emotion attached. There was a lot of noise. We obviously know what everybody is talking about right now if you're a Newcastle fan. With Anthony Gordon, did it just kind of tip over a little bit? Those emotions get the better of him?
Yeah, he want to play. I think he want to play the ball. I think he come later. I have not seen the video back. I don't know if it was for red card, but they have seen. So I think he want to help too much. Yeah, I cannot say anything because I have not seen the video, to be honest with you. But yeah, I think sometimes you are so excited to play, you make some mistakes. This already happened to me, so we are with Gori for this moment.
Yeah, really tough one for Newcastle to take show. They go to Leeds next on Saturday. Suspensions, as you said, injuries, and 1 point from 2 games.
Yeah, it's a big week coming up, I think, for Newcastle. And I think, as we've seen before, the chairman's there for a reason, not just to watch the game tonight, but I do believe he's there to do some business. Hopefully one of the businesses is keeping Alexander Isak and maybe adding to that. We don't know how that's going to pan out, but, you know, Guimaraes spoke really well in a sense as the captain. They stick together. Anthony Gordon maybe was trying too hard nearly for the team. I think since the Isak sort of drama, or whatever you want to call it, I think the players have really sort of come together. And I think the performance tonight, you know, deserves such great credit, Steve. It's a brilliant performance, and I feel for Eddie Howe and his team as well, and even the fans tonight. They didn't deserve to lose that game right at the end, but that's football, as they say. It's a tough night for them.
I think it's fair to say as well, something like that, all the problems off the pitch with Isak, with Newcastle not really hitting the ground in the transfer market as well, it could have been a lot of frustration, but I think it is fair to say the club is really, really united at the moment. I mean, that was a fantastic performance. We say how poor Liverpool were, but Newcastle made them look poor at times as well, especially with 10 men. It was an incredible performance. They can lick their wounds tonight, but hold their heads up high.